Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. It's yours truly, Liquid Cash. You are now watching Create a Steady Hustle. And this episode is about long live the streets. The streets will never die. Here's why.
That boy.
Cheers. You are now watching Create a Steady Hustle with Liquid Cash.
Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. It's yours truly, Liquid Cash. I need it all out the stash. The man, the myth, money making Mitch. You could be anywhere in the world and you here with me. You are now locked in into Create a Steady Hustle. Listen, man, it's going to be one hell of an episode. It's been a hell of a year thus far, and I'm enjoying each and every second and every moment of it. I hope y'all are doing the same, man. We're going to get right into it, man. We got to let y'all know, hey, man, the fit, y'all know how I do when it comes to these treads, man. Swag report off top. I'm letting y'all know. Louis Vuitton on the feet. Man, these jeans right here, they fire. I forgot what they call, what they name. I don't really care. It was just the fact that they was black and they was fire. Nice material. Had some little sparkly stuff. Sparkly stuff on the jeans. And, you know, the hoodie I got from the mall earlier when I was shopping, going through fashion show mall. Saw it. I liked it. I buy it. You dig? Like I said, I always like to coordinate when it comes to my drip. If I look good, I feel good. We talking about the streets, so I had to put on my big boy, D-boy, Holy Trinity chain. You dig? I know how it is, man. Come on, man. You know, this is like a trophy for us, man, when you come up from the ghetto, man, to have a big D-boy Cuban link chain as such. Listen, man, it ain't, you don't even got rappers with chains like this, man. Rappers don't even have chains like this, man. VVS Diamond Flawless, the Holy Trinity custom-made joint done by my homeboy Jimmy. You dig? One of the best jewelers in Las Vegas. Y'all know how we do it, man. I got a few different pieces, you know, but this is one of my, you know, special one because, hey, man, this makes me feel safe. You dig? Because I'm carrying the energy of God. That's what this Holy Trinity stand for. This is what it means, man. You dig? So anyway, of course, y'all know I got on Prada shades. Always, when I put these Prada shades on, you know what type of episode it's gonna be. I'ma pop my shit. I'ma really say what I want. I'ma feel comfortable in my own skin like I always do. And of course, y'all know I gotta keep the frozen water on the wrist. You know, y'all see me on this camera and I'm saying some intellectual shit half the time. But y'all gotta understand, man, I come up from the ghetto just like you, from the trenches, man. Don't let the suits fool you. Don't let the fit fool you. Don't let the slick talk fool you. I come from the trenches just like y'all, so you know I'm gonna pop it when I pop my shit. I ain't turning down nothing but my collar. We're gonna definitely get into it. This is gonna be a dope episode. Like I said, the title of this episode is The Streets Will Never Die. Never. Niggas try to kill the streets, but listen, man, it ain't gonna never die, man. Long live the streets. You better believe that. Long live the streets, man, because, you know, the streets is what made me. The streets is what paid me. The streets is what raised me. I came up from that motherfucker, man. You dig? And I love every bit of it. I love every second of it, man. That's why I'm a hustler. That's why I'm a grinder. That's why I'm the person that you need to be listening to, man. You listen to somebody who has what you want and been where you were, man. I know half of y'all in my audience are from the trenches, man. Y'all from the streets just like me. So you got to listen to a nigga who came up from under that. You feel me? Yeah, you got to listen to somebody who came from up under that, man. The belly of the beast. Who but me to listen to, man? Ain't nobody else gonna kick it like me and tell you how it really is, man. I'ma dot my I's and cross my T's and tell y'all what y'all need to hear, man. And I'ma take y'all where y'all need to be. You know what I mean? The top of the world. You dig? But listen, man, we're gonna get into it, man. First off top, I gotta let y'all know this, man. The streets will never die, and here's why, man. Poverty. That's the number one reason why the streets will never die. As long as we got poverty, the streets would always be alive and thriving. The whole culture that we follow right now is hip hop, right? And that culture was bred from the streets. That culture was bred from poverty. Niggas needed something to do. They didn't know what to do, but they found something in hip hop. They found something that they could love, that they could appreciate, that they can call their own. The streets created that. Niggas in the Bronx came together, grabbed the big speakers, the microphones, the boombox, and the turntables, and did what they did and created hip hop. The streets create some of the most creative, ambitious people that's ever lived, man. From Kool Herc, from Jam Master Jay, from 50 Cent, from Tupac Shakur, from Nipsey Hussle, from Young Dolph. I mean, the list go on, man. When you think about LL Cool J, you know what I mean? When you think about NBA Youngboy, Lil Wayne, Cash Money, like, man, come on, man. The streets will never die, man. How dare these niggas try to kill the streets and say fuck the streets, man? Y'all niggas out of pocket, man. And the most important thing that I want y'all to get from this is, man, the streets is what raised me, and the streets is what made me, and the streets is what paid me. You dig? I want you to understand that it's money in the hood, man. If you apply yourself and you definitely put your game down, you can get money out of the hood, man. You don't gotta cross over and go nowhere else to get money. There's money in the hood. Why you think the bodegas got all the Indians and all the Chinese come to the hood to get money? Because there's money in the hood, man. You dig? That's why all these other ethnicities go to the hood to get money. It's paper there. You feel me? Back in the days, man, niggas had blocks and cheese lines of motherfuckers get money because it was moving like that back in the days, man. Now, it might not be moving like that right now, but back in the days, man, niggas was really setting up shop and really getting to the paper in the hood, man. So, and a lot of times when I was coming up, man, I think I told y'all a story, man. I felt comfortable in the hood. And anytime I left the hood, man, I felt uncomfortable. When I would visit my friends to go, you know what I mean, to go in the suburbs and kick it with them, I used to feel uncomfortable, man. I love going back to the hood because I felt safe. Even though it was dangerous, I felt safe because shit, anything can go down, man. Anything is possible when you're in the hood, man. You can get everything for cheap too. If you're trying to buy something, you can get a MacBook, you can get an iPod, you can get whatever you want. You can get a Walkman, you can get a turntable, you can get motherfucking designer clothes in the hood. Everything going for cheap because we got the boosters, we got the stealers, we got the robbers. They all selling something for cheap, man. The hood got everything you need. You could be on your block and you don't gotta go nowhere, and you can get designer clothes, you can get your electronics, you can get your food, you can get whatever you need in the hood, man. The hood was like a safe haven for me, you feel me? It was my safe space. That's how I love it. I love being around people that was excited. I love being around people that was always into doing something that was just off the chain. You don't even know what to expect, but you accept it all and you embrace it all. You know what I mean? I remember getting in my first fight in the hood, man. Fighting older dudes that was older than us because we wanted to play on the basketball court and they didn't want us to play. So we just, started a fight. You dig? Shit like that will go down in the hood, man. Playing marbles, playing hopscotch, watching the girls, do they jump rope or whatever. You feel me? Yeah, that was the vibe. I got my first piece of pussy in the hood, man. You dig? Yeah, man. Come on, man. The hood is a beautiful place. The streets is a safe place if you know how to maneuver through that motherfucker, you dig? But I graduated, like I said, with a PhD in streetology, so I know how to maneuver around that motherfucker, so I could see the signs that most people can't see. They not even privy to because they not accustomed to it. It's an energy, it's a vibration, it's a smell in the air. You can tell when danger is near. You know what I mean? Yeah, the hood breeds you for that type of vibe. When you go to clubs and certain parties in different neighborhoods, you can just smell the energy in the air, and you can sense when something about to pop off, and you know when it's time to leave, or if you know it's a good vibe and you can stay a little longer. You know what I mean? Because that's what we did. We went in other niggas' neighborhoods to party so we can smash or holler at their girls. If you got a problem with edge control, get you some liquid gold. If you got a problem with dryness or dandruff, get you some liquid gold. If you got a problem with your hair frizzing up all the time, get you some liquid gold. If you want your waves to shine like mine, get you some liquid gold. Listen, you no longer gotta wait. Get you some liquid gold, man. It's gonna get you straight. All right? Cheers. That's how you did it back in the days. We would go to other schools and other events and function because we liked the girls across the tracks because they was flyer. They had a little bit more sophistication to them. So we wanted to see what they was about, you feel me? But at the end of the day, it was all the same shit. Different hood, you know what I mean? Same people, you dig? So yeah, that was the vibe and I loved it all. It was exciting. It was a jungle, a concrete jungle. We had lions, tigers, and bears, but you had to be a lion and a silverback gorilla mix. You had to be a different kind of animal. You had to be a different kind of beast to survive it all. And we didn't have no OGs coming up. Nobody was able to pull our coats. If you got some game from somebody, consider that a blessing. But niggas wasn't giving no game. They stuck to the G code and their circle, or however their circle was moving, that's who they was moving with. If you wasn't a part of that circle, you wasn't gonna get no game. Niggas wasn't gonna give you no handouts or nothing like that. Only thing you could do is be a D-boy. You can go for this or go for that. Be a gopher. Yeah, go for this and go for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the only thing you really could be. Back in those days, especially coming up in the Bahamas where I was at, you had to be a D-boy or a gopher. A nigga that was really getting money with the niggas that was really, you know what I mean, bringing in those shipments. Or you had to be a gopher. Nigga, go for this pack, go for this key, go for this shipment, go do this, go do that. You know what I mean? I was none of the above. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. I was more focused on the females, and I was more focused on kicking it with my niggas and getting into stupid ass fights that didn't mean nothing. But I saw a lot of D-boys coming up. A lot of drug dealers was in my town. You know what I mean? Freeport was built on drugs. That's just what it is. Freeport, Bahamas was built on drugs. They was moving it. The cocaine cowboys had to come through the Bahamas. If you needed some weight and you wanted to go to America, it had to come through the Bahamas, man. It had to go through through those waters. You dig? So I grew up around that type of energy. I used to see D-boys with the motorcycles. That's the reason why I got a motorcycle to the day, man. Yeah, to this day right now, that's the reason why I got a motorcycle, man. I used to see the D-boys driving a motorcycle up and down the block, doing wheelies and shit like that, man. That was always fascinating and cool to me when I see the D-boys doing wheelies down the block and the girls watching and shit like that. It was a vibe. Niggas coming through in they motherfucking, you know what I mean, foreign cars. And sometimes, well, a lot of times, they was really, you know what I mean, getting an old school Buick and putting some 22s on that motherfucker, and they was killing the streets. That was the vibe. Old school whip with the nice 22 rims, you know what I'm saying? Big motherfuckers coming down the block. That was the vibe. That was the energy, you know what I mean? So that's the reason why I got me a motorcycle to this day. I don't ride as much as I usually do, but you know, I've been busy, I've been working, been grinding, but that's one of the reasons why I got a motorcycle. That's one of the reasons why I wanted a Buick on 22s when I was younger, because I saw the OGs doing it. I saw them having it their way. And I saw they was riding with the ladies and just looking fly and doing it big. And they had big Cuban link chains on their neck. So that's the reason why I went and copped the Cuban chain when I got older. You influenced by what you see, your environment. So all of that made up who I am today. Just watching and observing everything in my environment. And I appreciated it all because it added to my character, you dig? And one thing I noticed when you were in the streets, you gotta be a man of your word, because every nigga that got knocked off that was a drug dealer, because back then, like I said again, drugs was moving heavy in the Bahamas, and a lot of niggas was getting knocked off left and right. But every nigga that got knocked off is because they was doing bad business. So I learned from an early age, you gotta be a man of your word. If you say something, you gotta stand by that. You gotta mean what you say and say what you mean. You can't be playing out here, because niggas ain't playing no games. Every nigga you do business with ain't playing, man. Niggas are serious about their money, and especially when it comes to that drug money. They serious about that. They not playing with you. So either you gonna fly straight or you gonna get flown over. And every nigga that got knocked off, he wasn't flying straight, so he got flown over, you dig? And that's how it was going. Then it would start a new regime, a new nigga come in doing his thing, and that's how it would be, from click to click, from one section of the neighborhood to the next section of the neighborhood. Niggas was just building and keep on going. It's kind of like recycling different drug dealers. Like the neighborhood was just recycling different drug dealers. You'll have one nigga running this particular town at this particular time, then he'll get knocked off, and another nigga will be running the particular town at that particular time, and then he'll get knocked off, because you know how it go when niggas got money and money get involved. Niggas get egos and they don't want to do good business. And that's one of the reasons why it's really tricky when you do get money in the hood, because niggas don't like to do good business. Niggas always trying to finesse. Niggas always trying to, cut a deal. Niggas always trying to rob you or take you for your work. So that's how it was going back in the days in the hood. And that's the one thing that's bad about the hood when it comes to getting money, because you got to watch out for the snakes and fakes. And people are always trying to rob and take advantage or take something that don't belong to them. That's what goes on in the hood, but you got to be prepared for that. And that's the bad part about it, but it's a beautiful place. Like I said again, it's a place that creates stars. And also the hood is like, the hood really turns you into a man. You dig? The hood gonna really turn you into a man. Either you gonna actually stand tall and have that confidence and that courage to fight for yours and really hold your fort down, or you gonna just get ran over. Is you gonna be, a sucker, or you gonna be a nigga that really put in work and do your thing? And a lot of people don't have to get involved in some of the mischief that goes on in the hood. You don't really gotta get involved. I just love to be in the streets, so I had to get involved, and I wanted to get involved because I just love being outside. My brothers, I don't even think y'all know, I got a brother that's a police officer. We the total opposite. We got the same mother, same father. We came up in the same environments, and we're a total opposite. You dig? He actually on the side trying to protect and serve. I was the dude that's outside trying to serve. You dig? And trying to get it by any means necessary. You dig? Now, he didn't start off as a police officer, but he didn't get involved in none of the shit that I was getting involved in. We all knew from the jump he was going to be a square, because he moved like that. When I got in fights, I didn't have big brothers to come and save me from my fights. Nah, that nigga was doing his homework, and most people didn't even know he was my brother. You dig? We was definitely like night and day. When people saw us, they didn't even think we was related, because I had nice curly hair. He had nappy hair. He was taller than me. We was the same complexion, but we didn't look similar. So people didn't even think we was brothers. But he was on one side of the fence, and I was on the other side. I was more in the streets. He was more in the house. But that's how the streets can influence you in so many different ways, because he saw what was going on, but he didn't get involved. So you don't have to always get involved with the bullshit when you coming up in the hood. Like I said again, I was just one of those kids that was curious, and that was brave enough and bold enough to see what was across the tracks, to see what was across the street, to see what's in the next neighborhood. You know what I mean? What's going on over there? And I would hang with the older folks, and they would, like I said, they wouldn't show me the ropes, but they'll let me stay long enough to see what's going on. They're not gonna sit down and tell me what not to do and what to do. I had to watch and observe, and I learned through observation. You feel me? So like I said again, brother, complete opposite. He was a square, and that's how he lived his life. I don't judge him for it. I love him the same. He don't judge me for what I do and what I did. He loved me the same, and that's just what it was, and that's how we, carry our relationship. But I had older brothers too that was in the streets. We didn't have the same fathers, but we had the same mothers. So it was we didn't grow up together, but we kept in contact. So I have a lot of brothers, and the streets is, like I said, is a tricky place. You have to have your mind on a swivel. Because I had another brother by the name of Michael. You dig? Man, I used to look up to Michael. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. He was one of the kids that I used to look up to coming up. And every day he get ready for school, right? He would always have his shoes clean, his shirt ironed and pressed right. He stayed fly. He stayed fresh. He stayed on top of his game. He was, a few years older than me, but he was somebody I could look up to, that was in my household, that I could learn from. And like I said again, the reason I learned from him, because he always stayed fly. So that encouraged me to stay fly. But the streets is such a dangerous place, coming up, I ended up moving from the Bahamas to New York, and time has went by. We didn't really speak as much, but you know, he was always playing in the back of my mind. And one day I went back to the Bahamas when I got my situation right, and I asked my older brother, yo, what happened to Michael, man? What's up? I ain't hear from him or seen him in years. What's been going on? And he said, man, you ain't heard? I'm like, what you mean, man? He said, Michael went crazy, man. Michael is a bum on the street right now, man. I'm like, what the fuck? What you mean, man? He said, man, Michael got laced with some bad drugs, and Michael ain't never been the same, man. Michael is literally a bum on the streets right now, and we try to do whatever we could to help him, but it's like almost impossible to help him because his mind is gone already. You dig? He can't, I don't think it's no medication. I don't think it's nothing that can really bring him back to reality. So like I said again, I was moving late at night with my other older brother through Nassau and Nassau, Bahamas, that is, and we ended up running into Michael. I was in another car. My brother was in the car ahead of us, and he stopped and he spoke to Michael for a few minutes. And you know, when we got back to our destination, I asked him, so what did you and Michael talk about? He was like, man, I really try to ask him if he need any help, if he need any money. And he just started talking about he got a plane that he about to fly and you know, go to Colombia. He just went and started talking some other shit that was, you know what I mean, far out of this world. So I just, you know, drove off. And that's how bad it is when it comes to his situation. He's mentally gone, you know what I mean? And it really ain't much we could do about it. But you know, I pray for him. I pray for him every day. But that's what can happen when you in the streets. You know, things like that go down, man. You could smoke weed and take the wrong drug from the wrong person, and you can lose your mind. And it can happen that fast. You dig? Somebody you love, somebody you thought that got your back, somebody you've been kicking it with for years, can give you one bad, you know, joint, one bad weed or whatever, and you could lose your mind. Cause that's how it was. That's how it was coming up in the hood, man. Niggas be smoking them dirties. Some niggas smoke weed with cocaine and they don't let you know, you know what I mean? Or weed with crack and they might not let you know. And then all of a sudden you take a pull of that motherfucker and you go to another, you know what I mean? Another place. Now you just went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, you dig? You in a whole nother galaxy and you ain't never coming back. And it is what it is. And I seen it happen to a lot of people in the hood coming up, man. I seen it happen to families and friends, man. So you gotta watch your back and watch who you smoke from, because I know niggas in the hood got a habit of doing that. We just, you know what I mean, looking for the nigga who's rolling up, and you wanna smoke from anybody and everybody. And like I said again, you take one bad drug from somebody and you could lose your mind forever coming up in the hood. Like I said, I seen it happen to family members and friends alike, you dig? So you have to be careful when you're moving through the hood and just trying to, you know what I mean, find your way. Understand, everybody that's trying to lend you a hand ain't trying to lift you up, man. You gotta keep that in mind. Keep that in the back of your mind. Don't never forget that. Don't ever forget that. Everybody that's trying to lend you a hand ain't trying to lift you up, man. So you gotta be on your P's and Q's. Gotta be on your P's and Q's. But it's, you know, it can happen, man, to anybody. I'm just thankful and grateful I made it out that motherfucker. But it wasn't because I was the smartest or was the sharpest or I had the best finesse game. Nah, man, God just had his hands on me, you dig? Yeah, God just had his hands on me. That's all it was, man. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all, man. Ain't nothing but that. That's it, man. You feel me? Ain't like I was the sharpest, the flyest, or anything of that nature, man. God was just watching and looking over me, man, because it could have happened to me, you dig? But I was, you know, I was focused and I was determined and I had a positive mind state. No matter what I was doing, I don't care if I was doing wrong. I always kept a positive mindset, you know what I mean? And it don't matter, like I said, what I was doing. I could be committing a crime. I could be doing something I shouldn't have been doing, or I could be doing something good. It doesn't matter. I always had a positive outlook. You know, one of my attributes that I think was very important to my success is that when I was doing things that I shouldn't have been doing, I would always look at the pros and not the cons. And now, when I look back at it, that was one of the defining moments to my success. Because, most people, when they doing something wrong, they look at what can go right and what can go wrong. And that's natural, you know what I mean? You want to look at what can go wrong. You can do 100 years in prison, or you can get away scot-free. You dig? And, that's natural. That's just how that shit go. But for me, I ain't gonna front, man. I only look at the pros. How much money we can make, how easy it looks, and that was it. What's the money count? That's all I cared about. How much money we can make. Was it something that was easy to get away with? And those are the things I looked at. And when I was doing the things I was doing, I was only thinking positive. And I remember one time I had one hustle, man, that was it's one of those hustles that was nerve-wracking. I don't know if you ever did a hustle that was super nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is, because shit, I don't know who watching this motherfucker. The feds could be watching this motherfucker right now, so I'm not gonna tell y'all what the hustle was. But every time I did this hustle, I needed to take a piss. Every time. Before I did what I had to do, I always had to take a piss, man. Because my nerves was fucking with me. I wasn't scared. I was just nervous. You know what I mean? And all my hustlers, if you're a true hustler, you know what I'm talking about. So always sometimes you have that one hustle that makes you nervous. You're not scared to do it because you're doing it regardless, but your nervous system goes out of whack. And I always had to take a piss before I go do that particular thing, you dig? But only my real hustlers know what I'm talking about, man. So yeah, I always look at the positive, man. I didn't care about the negative because, what's the worst that could happen? I'm an immigrant. I really ain't got much to lose. I don't got no family. I don't got no money. I'm fucked up out here. Man, listen, man, what's going to happen, man? They're going to deport me. That's about it, man. I might do some time in jail, but I'm not even thinking about that, man. The only thing I'm thinking about is winning, man. That's all I'm thinking about. That shit, winning. All the other shit is for the birds. And that really helped me, man, because when you're moving through life, listen, man, you got to be thinking positive no matter what you're doing. I don't care if you're doing something right or you're doing something wrong. You got to be thinking positive. It's all about a mindset, you dig? Your mindset is going to definitely determine if you actually succeed or you don't succeed. So you have to have a positive mindset regardless of what it is that you're doing. So that's why I teach, hey, man, having the right mindset is going to change your life. That's what changed my life. When I look back, like I said, 2020 is hindsight. When I look back and I check out the trajectory of my life, the only thing that was different from me and the other people that I used to run with, I had a positive mindset. I never think negative. I always thought positive, and I always was willing to take the risk. It doesn't matter how big the risk was, I was willing to take the risk because I had everything to gain and nothing to lose. And when you think about it, somebody could say, well, you could have lost your freedom. But shit, when you're an immigrant and you coming up in these motherfucking American streets, you feel like you're not free anyway. So it didn't matter to me, man. That's just what it is, man. You dig? So that's how I was playing it. You feel me? So when y'all out here in these motherfucking streets, man, understand, man, ain't shit sweet. You dig? You got to play for keeps. Keep your head on the swivel. Lock in. Stay down until you come up. Matter of fact, I got one even better. Stay up until you come up. Ain't no time for sleeping. Sleep is the cousin of death. You dig? Are you ready to die? The closest way to God is going to sleep, nigga. I know you ain't ready to die, so keep living. Stay up, man. In 2025, niggas try to kill the streets, man. A whole list of rappers said, fuck the streets. Yeah, they said it's too much snitching. Ain't no more honor, ain't no more codes in the streets. They said, ain't no more love, ain't no more trust or loyalty in the streets. It's too much jealousy. Let me set the record straight for you niggas that been rich for too long, man. What y'all mean is too much snitches in the streets, man? Niggas been snitching since snitching been snitching, man. Ain't shit changed. This shit been going on since the beginning of time, man. You dig? What y'all talking about? Ain't no honor or code in the streets. Listen, it ain't never been no honor amongst thieves, man. Never been no honor amongst thieves. I don't know where y'all get that shit from, man. And as far as love, trust, and loyalty goes, the streets ain't never loved nobody, man. Look what they did to Pac. Look what they did to Nip. Look what they did to Young Dolph, man. What you think they gonna do with you if they catch you slipping, man? Y'all niggas better wisen up and lock in. Stop playing out here, man. You niggas must have lost your motherfucking mind thinking you could trust somebody or expect loyalty from someone who's criminal minded. If you got a circle of friends that gave you love, trust, and loyalty when you was coming up, consider yourself lucky. But that shit ain't a given when you coming up in the hood, man. And as far as jealousy goes, Cain Abel. That's all y'all niggas need to know, man. Niggas been jealous since kingdom come, thy will be done. Why you think Malcolm X and Martin Luther King ain't here right now, man? Ain't shit changed. Same book, different scripture. Now that's why your parents told you to get out of the streets and play on the sidewalk, because this shit ain't built for everybody. Y'all gotta understand that, man. Some niggas ain't built for this. That's why niggas is snitching left and right. That's why when niggas do a crime, they quick to tell so they can lessen their time. Y'all gotta understand, niggas is playing for keeps. It's all about self-preservation. Motherfucker don't owe you no loyalty, no trust. Motherfucker don't owe you nothing, man, when you coming up. Niggas don't owe you a goddamn thing. Niggas is only protecting themselves. Self-preservation. I don't condone none of it. Me, that's why I did my dirt all by my lonely. When I was doing what I was doing, coming up, listen, man, I wasn't scared to do it by myself. And the niggas that I was involved with, I know for sure that if I got caught up, niggas was gonna tell. I already knew that. So I know what I was getting myself into. I knew that I didn't expect niggas to hold me down. I understand this game. I know what was going on. I knew certain things niggas did in the neighborhood to make me know they wasn't cut from that cloth. And I couldn't expect niggas to be cut from the same cloth I'm cut from just because we live in the same neighborhood. Nah, I knew the niggas that was able or capable of snitching. Even though I was doing crimes with them, I knew they was capable of snitching. But it didn't matter to me, because at the end of the day, when I was going to do whatever I was doing, I was going by myself. Even though they might be involved, it ain't like I was going with them, but they might be involved on another aspect where they might be somewhere else. So if they got caught, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Or if I got caught by my lonesome, it is what it is. I wasn't going to tell on them because I know I'm going to stick to the G code. I'm doing my dirt by myself. You feel me? They might be involved in some sort of way, but they don't have to go with me on the mission. I'm taking the mission by myself, and I'm gonna stick to the G code, and I'm gonna hold it down, and I ain't gonna tell on myself, because when I get caught, I'm gonna get caught by myself. You feel me? And I was ready, mentally prepared to deal with the consequences, because I'm a person that knows how to adapt to its environment. I know how to adapt to my environment. So if I had to spend time in prison, I already know I was going to have to become a different beast. I was a beast in the streets. So I had to become a different animal when I get in there. You feel me? That's just what it is. I might have been a lion out in the concrete jungle, but when I get inside of the motherfucking jail cell, I was going to have to be a silverback gorilla. So I understood what it came with. And I didn't mind that because I could adapt to my environments. People can't do that. But my upbringing trained me for that. Being in Jamaica at a young age and taking baths in a river, washing my clothes in a river, sleeping on the floor, not being able to eat at certain times of the day because we didn't have it like that. So I was kind of bred to deal with poverty in a certain way. I was kind of bred to deal with, certain living conditions because of my upbringing. You know what I mean? And when you come up in the islands, it's a different type of lifestyle. What y'all call the hood in America is like a cakewalk to me. When I first came to New York and I saw the project, I was like, man, y'all live in a castle. Y'all call it a projects, but to me, that was like a castle compared to the ghetto in Freeport. If you go to the ghetto in Freeport, that's a ghetto, man. No running water, no lights, and the floor was your motherfucking bed. They didn't have no concrete. Niggas wasn't laying no cement. And some places in the ghetto, man, you had to lay on the floor and put a sheet down and lay on that. that was the upbringing when you come up in the ghetto in those environments, you dig? I didn't live in the ghetto when I was younger, but I had friends that lived in the ghetto, so I knew what it was about. I had friends that were selling drugs at a young age. And when I go sleep by some of my homeboys, they live in the ghetto. Their bed was on the fucking floor. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And, you know, every time I got locked up for doing some petty crime, you know, I might spend a night or 2 nights in central bookings. I was cool. I was chill. I know what to do. Just use my Timberland boots as a pillow and my jacket as a comforter. And that was it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot of niggas in there. It's gonna be stink. And they're gonna feed you bologna sandwiches, and it's gonna look like shit. You don't want to eat it for the first 2 days, but after a while, your stomach start hurting. That shit start to taste like a filet mignon. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So I experienced that at an early age, and I got accustomed to that lifestyle because I understand what I was going to have to do if I did get caught up and have to do some real time. Thank God, you know, whatever I got caught up into, and when I did catch a case for something I did, it was only me on trial. It was only me facing, you know, what I was facing. And that was one of the turning points in my life as well, because I was able to beat that case. Even though I was fighting it for 2 years, you know, I was able to beat that, and I realized ain't nobody coming to save me. I realized ain't nobody coming to help me. I was fighting that case by myself. And the crazy thing about it, I ain't had my money right at the time. I had a public defender, and the crazy part about it, the actual prosecutor who's trying to prosecute me, that was her first case as well. And my public defender, that was her first case. So it was 2 women fighting against each other. One trying to give me, you know, a certain amount of years and send me up motherfucking the river. And of course, my lawyer was trying to get me out. And, you know, when you go through trial, that shit seemed like the movies. It seemed like something you only see on TV. But when you actually experience it, you like, oh shit, this shit is really real. And it's just like how it looks on TV, without all the cameras and the hoopla and all that shit, right? But anyway, I had police officers testifying against me, lying. You know, you're gonna have that. Police officers gonna go and stand and they're gonna lie on you. And it is what it is. You can't even speak or try to defend yourself. You gotta let the lawyer do their job. And thank God that my lawyer, even though it was her first case, she was able to, you know, give me a victory, and I was found not guilty. And the judge told me if I was guilty, I would have been deported right then and there. But I was prepared for that. Like I said again, I understood what I was getting myself into. I came up from the streets, so I know, hey man, when you face with these particular situations, you have to take that on the chin. I'm cut from that cloth because I understand ain't nobody coming to save you. So you got to do whatever you got to do on your motherfucking own, man. Cheers. I appreciate y'all for checking out this episode, but I would like to inform y'all from the corner store to the corner office is now in ebook form, and also One Shot at Life. Don't drop the ball. Listen, man, they're impactful, they're informative, they're educational, and they're going to inspire you. I advise you to go on createasteadyhustle.com right now and check it out. Trust me, you won't regret it. Cheers. So I say that to say this, man. The streets ain't dead. You niggas just scared. But I'm going to give you young niggas some game on how to, you know what I mean, get away with a crime, just in case you might need some advice on how to, you know what I mean, do what you do when you do what you does. But first, I want y'all to peep my logic on this real quick, man. What I notice is that the old folks always tell you when you're young, stay out of trouble. But they know when you're young, you wild, and listening ain't really quite your style, man. You know what I mean? You don't want to listen to nobody, man. But they never really give you no game on how to get away with trouble before you get into it. But here's where I come in, man. See, I graduated from the School of Hard Knocks with a PhD in streetology, you dig? So I want y'all to take these notes. Definitely take these notes down. Number 1, the best way to get away with a crime is never committing one. That's off top. But number 2, if you decide to commit a crime and do some stupid shit, because I know you young niggas will, do your dirt all by your lonely. I already told y'all, man. Do your dirt by yourself. And don't take nobody with you when you do what you do, man. And don't pay nobody to do it either. And last but not least, don't tell nobody what you about to do but God. Because loose lips will definitely sink your ship. Know what I mean? Number 3, if you're a young hustler, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Selling drugs is played out. You're going to jail. It's only a matter of time. You know what I mean? Just understand that. It's too much moving parts when it comes to moving drugs. You know what I mean? And also, don't be a petty criminal either. Don't be a car thief. Don't be a purse snatching, chain snatcher. Don't do none of that clown shit. Focus your energy on white collar crimes. It's more money and you do less time if you get caught. And I know it's hard out here in these streets, man. And I know a lot of y'all don't got that much options. Niggas been disrespecting you and you want your lick back. And I know your money low and you're trying to get some dough. I understand, I've been there. But I want you to understand this. Before you commit a crime, ask yourself this question. Is the money worth your freedom? Is it worth never seeing your family or your kids again? Is it worth never being able to get pussy again in the free world? Yeah, that's one that's big. Are you willing to risk never being able to get pussy again in the free world? I don't think so, my nigga. So listen, do me a favor. I want y'all to go to school and get your education, man. Yeah, that's what you should do. Go to school and get your education. You ain't built for this, man. And if you can't afford an education, man, go to YouTube University. It's free. This is how you get in the game from me, man. See, you could be from the streets, but you don't got to be of the streets. You know what I mean? You don't got to become the streets. So I want y'all to understand that, man. You don't gotta become the streets. You can be in that environment and live in that environment and be like my brother, man. You ain't gotta be a part of that bullshit. You could be a square, you know what I mean? And just get a regular job, and you don't have to be no police officer, nothing like that, but you could be a doctor, a lawyer, you know. You could be something else. You could be a construction worker, electrician. You could be whatever, you know what I mean? You could get a trade. You can get a trade. Yeah, some of you niggas need to get a trade, man. Some of you niggas ain't built for this shit, man. Yeah. Some of you niggas ain't built for this shit. Get you a trade and just, you know what I mean? And just lock in and start your own business. You don't have to get a trade and get a job. You can lock in and start your own business. But of course, you're gonna have to get a job to get you some money first before you can start your own business, because, you know, of course, you need money to start anything. But lock in, man. You know what I mean? Lock in. Learn something else other than what, you know, they might want you to go to college for. You know, learn something else, man. You don't have to go to college to be an electrician. You don't have to go to college to be a plumber. You don't have to go to college to be a truck driver, man. They gonna pay you some good money if you know what you're doing and you definitely are on top of your A game. You dig? Somebody asked me the other day, man, what's the difference between the streets from back then to right now? And I thought about it for a second. I said, you know what I noticed, man? I noticed that the women are out hustling the men. That's what I really noticed. But on the flip side of that, the niggas are hustling the women. So the niggas are still winning at the end of the day, if you know what I mean, man. You feel me? Yeah, the niggas are hustling the women, so that's how that shit going. But on the real though, if you really think about it, man, there ain't really much change, man. You dig? It's the same game, just different players. Niggas are still hating. You know, chicken heads are still getting plucked. That's just what it is. Police is still shooting and locking niggas up. That's just how that shit go, right? And, you know, if you grow up in the trenches, man, you dealing with some type of trauma. I just keep it all the way 1,000, man. We try to mask it with the weed, the alcohol, and the drugs, man. But, you know, that shit don't take away the pain. And we all experiencing some sort of pain, just, you know, from the environment we grew up in, man. But that shit, like I said, the weed, the drugs, that's just gonna drive you insane, man. If you want things in your life to change, you gotta change things in your life. It's plain and simple. Instead of buying that bullshit, y'all need to really spend y'all money on some, you know, seeing a therapist. Yeah, spend that Jordan money and them sneaker money on seeing a therapist, man. You know what I mean? Instead of glorifying kingpins and drug dealers like I did, man, we gotta start looking up to the average working person, man, the working man and women, man, the electrician, the plumbers, the construction workers, the teachers, you know what I mean, the truck drivers. Yeah, those people, man, they the one who really keep the lights on around this motherfucker if you really think about it, you know what I mean? See, y'all don't understand, man. Y'all don't know how hard it is to go to a job every day and bust your ass for an employee that don't even give a fuck about you or appreciate your efforts. You know what I mean? And they can fire you anytime and any day without even having a reason. You know what I mean? And you got to work 2 weeks just to see a paycheck. And no matter how hard you work, you're going to get the same paycheck, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? You got to salute them for being able to do that, man. We got to start paying attention to what really matters, man. I want a lot of y'all to really start focusing on what really matters. Y'all got to get in alignment with y'all assignment. Y'all gotta understand, y'all gotta look at what y'all need to be doing, focus and double down on that. Don't be out here trying to look up the motherfuckers just because they getting fast money, man. Fast money don't last long, man. Like I told y'all, man, all the D-boys that was coming up when I was, you know what I mean, a young June, them niggas is gone now. You dig? They all got knocked off. They all cross each other up and, you know, find a way to trick each other out of their position. You feel me? So, like I was saying, man, you know, the fast money, like I said, it's cool, you know, because I was in love with it because that's all I saw. You dig? I saw, you know, niggas getting fast money. So I wanted fast money. You dig? And I remember one time I was working at this job and I realized, man, I wanted to save up and buy a BMW, man. Yeah, I wanted to save up and buy a BMW, nice car, you know, because I was getting of age and I was feeling like I need to have, you know, a certain vehicle at this particular age in my life, you dig? Being 22, you know, you want to ride clean, man. You trying to, you know, do your thing. You starting to see a little chest forming. You starting to see a little mustache. You feeling like you grown. So I wanted me a luxury car. And I remember this time I was working for this particular guy, man, and you know, he was paying me under the table. I was getting paid peanuts, right? And I was still paying my aunt rent. And I was thinking to myself, I said, damn, if I actually save up and buy this car, man, I gotta be working at this job for about 5 fucking years. 5 years to actually save up the type of money that I wanted to buy this car. And when you start to think about the time that it's gonna take to actually save up the type of money you need to live the lifestyle you want, that's when shit start, you know, forming in your mind. This was when you start to get like criminal minded. You start to be thinking like, nah, you know, how can I make this happen faster? You know, like I said earlier, lack of patience. This is why the streets will never die. Because out of necessity, we start to, you know, think criminal minded, out of our, you know, wants and the things that we desire. Because when you think about it, it ain't really necessity. I didn't need that car. I was able to travel and get around on the Iron Horse just quite fine. Everybody taking the train to New York City. But I just felt in my heart, that's what I should be driving. That's what I should be, you know what I mean, rolling in. You feel me? So out of my own pleasures and desires and the things that I wanted, I just felt like, man, I gotta have one. Yeah, that's how I felt. I gotta have one. I gotta have a nice whip. So, you know, I started to think about different ways that I can make it happen. I can make it possible. And I did. And, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I ain't gonna go down a laundry list of things that I did, but I did a lot of shit in my days. And when I stop and I think about it, because I'm thinking about it right now, and I want to express to y'all some of the things, but I can't really get into it. And I'm not going to be one of the niggas that come on this camera and incriminate himself and put himself in a situation where, you know, the boys is looking into my life and my past history. And you see a lot of people do that when they have these podcasts and they start talking. They talk too much and they tell, you know, a whole laundry list of the things that they did. And not understanding that you got people who, you know, spend time. They get paid to look at certain content and figure out who's doing what and piecing together certain timelines to put a case together. So you have to be intelligent enough to understand that you can't be out here trying to say things just to get clout or trying to look cool or trying to seem cool. You got to understand it's a bigger play at hand. If you here to motivate, if you here to inspire, if you here to educate, that's what your job is, not to tell people all the crimes you committed and all the things you did. So I want you young niggas to understand that all you YNs, when y'all get on camera, y'all quick to snitch on y'allself and you know, wonder why y'all doing 100 years. Cause y'all telling on y'allself, man. So niggas don't gotta snitch on y'all no more. Niggas don't gotta tell on y'all no more. Y'all telling on y'allself. See, that's one thing we didn't do back in the days, man. You know what I mean? When I was coming up, the OGs never did that. They never told on themselves, man. If you knew, you knew. That's it. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, They not gonna open their mouth and tell you, man, you're not a part of the clique, you're not a part of the tribe, you're not a part of that movement. So why are they gonna, tell on themselves and let you know what they doing? You know what I mean? Even though we knew who was moving and who was doing what they was doing, but we didn't, niggas didn't broadcast it. Niggas didn't have a billboard in the hood saying we the illest niggas on, the planet. I didn't come up in that era where niggas did shit like that. You dig? Niggas really kept their business on the low. OG told me one time, man, is that the best way to do it is to hide in plain sight. You feel me? Yeah, that's what the OG told me, and that stuck with me, and I took that game with me to this day. You know what I mean? The best way to do what you're doing is to hide in plain sight, man. You feel me? You ain't got to be out here on Front Street. You know what I mean? People could know, but you don't have to confirm it. You don't have to be out here broadcasting it. So that's just what it is. That's the cloth I'm cut from, and that's the game that I'm always take with me, man. You ain't got to broadcast what you doing all the time, man. You can keep it all the way low key and just move accordingly, you feel me? Yeah, man. And if you play it like that, man, you'll be on top for a long time. I know niggas that been, doing certain things for years, and they never been to jail, never got caught up because they kept their business on the low. Ain't nobody got to know. And that's how you got to move. And like I said again, I take notes from their books. I take notes from how they move. They don't have to sit down and give me the game. I'm watching them do what they do. And I said, okay, how this nigga survived for 30, 40 years doing this bullshit and never got caught up? The nigga kept his business on the low. He's still riding clean. He still fly. He's still one of them top niggas, but he ain't out here broadcasting what he's doing. So you YNs need to understand this. Don't broadcast what you're doing out there, especially if you're doing something that is contrary to the law. You feel me? Yeah, don't be broadcasting your shit. Don't be going on Instagram trying to flex what you doing. That's where you YNs fuck up at. Y'all go and broadcast what y'all doing on Instagram because y'all trying to look cool. Y'all trying to seem fly. Y'all trying to get brownie points. Y'all trying to, you know what I mean? Y'all doing it for clout or for whatever it is, man. But all you doing is putting yourself in a trick bag, and you're going to be doing 100 years quick fast. Understand that. You dig? Y'all got to play it smooth, man. Real game is played out of sight. You know what I mean? Real game is played out of sight. Y'all got to understand that. Don't be doing it for clout. Don't be posting shit on Instagram and the things that you doing. When y'all get money, y'all want to post it on the gram and show the whole world. Y'all start doing the money hand thing and the money phone thing. You dig? Y'all start flexing. And I understand, man. They got a whole task force that just sweep the whole internet just to see different things that's going on and just to find different niggas that's doing crime or different niggas that's flossing and having this and having that, money being posted. They looking at all the serial numbers of those dollar bills and those $100 bills or $20 bills, man. They doing their researches on that, and they trying to figure out who's committing what, who's doing what number, or what bills belong to what bank. They doing all kind of shit, man. What bank might have got a hit in that location? What bank got finesse in this particular area? They doing so much research. They have a whole task force that just sweeps the whole Instagram algorithm looking for different things that piece crimes and different things together, man. They piecing cases together from different videos and different things that niggas post. You YNs is putting yourself in a position where y'all gonna be doing 100 years if y'all don't shape up and stop this bullshit. Stop telling on yourself, man. Niggas don't need to tell on y'all no more. Y'all doing it yourself, man. Yeah, that's the worst thing y'all parents ever did, was gave you young niggas a phone, man. The moment y'all got a phone, y'all automatically felt like the world need to see y'all. Everybody want to be famous, and it don't matter how you become famous. Y'all just trying to do anything to get recognition. But listen, man, the wrong people is looking at y'all. The people you don't want looking at y'all are watching and observing, and they're gonna be knocking on your door any minute, and they're gonna be giving y'all niggas time and serving y'all papers, and y'all gonna be up creek, and you're gonna be another number, man. So wising up, understand this, man. Like I said, real game is played out of sight. If you want to stay on top for a long time and you want to have your liberty and freedom, hide in plain sight. Do what you're doing, but don't let the world know. You don't got to broadcast it. Keep it on the low, man. That's how you're going to stay on top for a long time, you dig? Even in the square world. If you get money in the square world, it's the same thing, man. You don't gotta broadcast it. The whole world don't gotta know. You dig? They gonna see it when you pull up in that new Vet, or you pull up in that new Benz, or that new i8, or that new car, or whatever they driving, you dig? They gonna see it, you know what I mean? From the clothes you wear, from the jewelry that you buy. Yeah, they gonna see that you get money, but you don't gotta be on the gram posting it. You don't gotta be, you know what I mean, all on Front Street with it. You know what I mean? Because the Jack Boys is watching too, so you gotta be aware of that. They gonna try to catch you slipping. You feel me? And if you post everything you doing and how you moving, what you think is gonna happen, man? They gonna either hit you or hit your house. That's how they doing it. They watching you niggas by what y'all post. So they know where you at any given time, because you showing the world what you doing. My game is this. I post what I'm doing after I leave the location. That's how you do it. I'm the dude that's gonna take a photo or a video and I'm gonna post it when I'm home at my crib chilling. So when people think I'm at that location, I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of nigga that posts something that I might have took while I was in the Bahamas on a jet ski, and I post it now. People think I'm in the Bahamas on a jet ski sipping daiquiri and having a good time, but I'm in the comfort of my own home chilling. You feel me? I post a video that I took, you know, months and years ago, just to fuck people's minds up, so they'll think that I'm somewhere that I'm not. You dig? They might be thinking I'm in a whole different country. Meanwhile, I'm right in the comfort of my own home, just vibing, you feel me? And that's how you gotta do it. You can take the video, you can take the picture now, but you can post that motherfucker later. I'm gonna say that again, because I know y'all be listening too slow. You can take the video, and you can take the picture now, but you can post it later. You don't gotta post it right now, because like I said, everybody's watching, and you don't know who's watching. So stay alert, be on your P's and Q's. Know what I mean? That's some free game for y'all niggas. I'm just trying to make the streets great again, man. That's why I'm giving y'all this free game, man. That's it, man. I'm just trying to make the streets great again, man, because the streets will never die long as I'm alive. Yeah, man, these niggas tripping out here, man, talking about fuck the streets. It's never fuck the streets, man. It's never fuck the streets. The streets is how we ate, man. You know what I mean? A lot of niggas are still eating in the streets, man. Just because you don't know about it, just because you may not be there, you might not be seeing it, but a lot of niggas surviving in the streets, man. A lot of niggas making it happen, you know what I mean, because of the streets. So, it's never fuck the streets just because you got some money and made it out. If you got some money and you made it out, man, kudos to you, man. Salute to you, man. But, you know, we got to do something, you know, we got to buy back the block, man. But listen, man, let me give y'all some game on how to make the streets great again, man. Number one, slow down on the snitching, man. Yeah, slow down on the snitching. I ain't gonna say stop the snitching, because a bitch nigga is born every day, man. So I don't think snitching ever gonna stop, man. You dig? You better believe that. Number two, y'all gotta slow down on the violence as well, man. Focus on the money, man, because the negative energy scare the money away. We gotta get back to the hustle, you dig? Number three, no harm should ever come to any woman or kid that comes up in the streets, man. No violence should be ever done to kids or women, man. And anybody that violates that rule should be banished from the streets ASAP, with no exception. And they can't go to no hoods across the whole country, man. No other hood, they should not be accepted, and they got to be dealt with accordingly. Number four, there should be a board of directors in the neighborhood, man. Yeah, stand-up man, real OGs. Yeah, most definitely they should be a board of directors. That's the only way we're gonna have order. See, instead of just pillow talking and dirty macking with somebody else, and when you got an issue with somebody, we all bring it to the councilmen. Yeah, the OGs, the board of directors, and you resolve your differences that way. I think that's the most, you know what I mean, political way you can do that, you know what I mean? And number five, and I believe this is the most important, man. I believe that every YN and every young girl without a father should be given a mentor at an early age to help guide them through their life, you know what I mean? Because it's definitely difficult at a young age trying to navigate through life, man, especially coming up in the hood, man. And that's gonna help them not to make, you know, permanent decisions from temporary emotions. Very important. A lot of young kids get caught up like that, man. We make a lot of, you know, permanent decisions from temporary emotions, man. And we got to focus on those 5 rules right there, man. You know what I mean? Instead of just always looking at the bad, you know, about, you know, the hood and how we come up, we got to start thinking about solutions on how to fix it. We got to buy back the block, man. We got to do what Mike Epps did, man. I think Mike Epps bought back his block. You feel me? A lot of times when we get money, you know, we leave the hood and we don't come back. And then we want to talk down about the things that's going on in the hood, man. Nah, you get money, buy back the block. You dig? If you're a rapper and you get money like that, you an actor or whoever you may be, if you coming from the hood, you coming from the ghetto, hey man, you buy back the block. You came from the trenches. Niggas is still there hustling and grinding. Niggas is still there trying to make it happen. Buy back the block, man. Don't just criticize what's going on. Buy back the block, man. You got the money to do it. You dig? If you get money like that, y'all buying $1 million chains and shit, $1 million motherfucking houses and all this other shit. You dig? Y'all buying, $20 million watches and all this other dumbass shit. Go buy your hood, man. Spend that $20 million to go buy your whole block back, man. Yeah, if you want to impress me, man, don't buy a $20 million watch. Don't buy no $20 million mansion. Go take that $20 million and buy back your whole block. That's the only thing that's going to impress me, man. Yeah, that's the only thing that's going to impress me. But all this other shit niggas be doing, they get money, acting like, they flossing and stunting on you because they got a new car, or they got a new watch, or got a new chain. Yeah, that shit cute, man. That shit cute. Y'all niggas been getting money for too long not to be buying back your neighborhood, man. Y'all be doing all this fronting and all this flossing as celebrities. But the only thing that's gonna impress me is if y'all buy back the block y'all came from, man. Buy back the trenches, man. You dig? That's the only thing that's gonna impress me. But all these cars y'all niggas is buying, all these motherfucking chains, all these houses y'all buying, that shit cute, man. You dig? That shit cute, that shit cool, that shit alright, you know what I mean? But that shit ain't impressive. Niggas been getting money for years, man. There's always gonna be a nigga getting money, man. That's normal. If you a hustler, you a grinder, and you a nigga out here surviving and doing real shit, you gonna get some money, man. But the only thing that's gonna impress me is when a nigga take $10 million and buy back his whole block, man. That's some fly shit. That's some shit I salute. That's some shit I be like, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's gonna motivate me to go get my bag up. That's gonna motivate me to keep it, keep it going. That's gonna put fire under me, man. You feel me? When a nigga do something astronomical like that. But all this other fake ass, corny ass shit these niggas doing, man, I don't give a fuck how much cars you got, how much chains you wearing, how much watch you got, man. This shit don't impress me, nigga. We got the same time, nigga, 24 hours, you dig? And we gonna make the best of it, or you gonna make the less of it. It's your choice, you dig? But if you wanna do something that's fly, man, and you wanna encourage the streets, and you wanna encourage the young niggas that's coming up, and the young women that's really, out here trapping and doing what they can, man, do something astronomical and buy back the motherfucking block. Shout out to Mike Epps. Yeah, he bought all the houses in his neighborhood and he's fixing them all up. You know what I mean? Now they gentrified the right way. You dig? Yeah, kept the same neighbors. So it's all black people moving and grooving and living a comfortable life. That's some fly shit. That's what impressed me. But, rappers and, actors and celebrities getting money and doing the same shit. Y'all all doing the same shit, man. Shit ain't fly to me, man. Y'all doing the same shit and y'all been doing it for years, man. I ain't hating on what you're doing, but I'm just keeping it all the way 1,000, man. Y'all been doing the same shit for years, man. Y'all been buying cars, clothes, and hoes, man. That's all y'all been doing, man. Y'all been buying cars, clothes, and hoes, man, and jewelry occasionally. You dig? And half the time y'all ain't even paying for that, man. The jeweler giving y'all that shit for free, man. Let's keep it all the way 1,000, man. The jeweler giving y'all that for free to get some free promotion, man. You dig? That's just how that shit go. One hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. Y'all ain't fooling me, man. Y'all might be fooling the crowd or fooling the audience of the people that buy your records, but I really know what's going on, you dig? I see what's going on. Y'all niggas need to come together and form a commission and start buying back blocks, buying back neighborhoods, going back to the trenches and not just giving out turkeys. That's cool. We appreciate that. You dig? Because I give out turkeys as well. I give out food and I feed the homeless as well. You dig? But if y'all get money like that, like I said, come together, form a commission and start buying back the block. That's going to impress me. That's going to make me say, man, these niggas is really doing it on a major level. Because y'all been getting money for too long. For too long not to be doing something like that to motivate the streets, man. That's going to really make the YNs start to respect y'all on a different level. That's gonna make the young motherfuckers that's coming up to say, man, I wanna be like them. I wanna be like that. I wanna come together and form a commission and start buying back my own neighborhood, man. You dig? That's gonna motivate the YNs like none other. Chains, cars, and clothes, that's cool, man. You motivating them to be interested in the wrong things. You motivating them to like the wrong things. You feel me? We gotta start motivating them to do something that's gonna change the lives of the family. Buy back the block. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know. I'm only gonna give y'all the real. Ain't nobody gonna kick it like me. Ain't nobody gonna do it like me either, man. Y'all gotta understand that they ain't cut from this cloth. You dig? That's why they don't want to give me 100 million. They know what I'm gonna do with it. Yeah, they don't want to give me 100 million, man. They already know. I'm gonna buy back the block. That's what I'm gonna do with my 100 million. Even if I get 50 million, I'm gonna buy back the block. It don't have to be 100 million. You dig? Yeah, give me 50 million. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it back in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? Because I want to encourage the young niggas coming up, man. I don't want to be the only one getting to the money. Nah, it ain't no fun, man. It ain't no fun when you're the only one getting to the money, man. I want y'all to keep this in mind, too, while y'all grinding. Understand this, man. Doubt is a thief and fear is a liar. I want y'all to keep that in y'all mind. Yeah, because a lot of times, you know, I see the young YNs, what they do wrong is this, man. You know, they don't believe they could make it out. You dig? They believe they're going to die early. You know, that's the mindset when you're coming up in the trenches. You don't believe you can make it out. But I want y'all to understand this, man. Doubt is a thief and fear is a liar. You don't got to be afraid. You don't got to doubt yourself. You got to understand, man, ain't nobody going to save you but you. So don't doubt yourself. You got to believe in yourself and understand you can make it out. You don't have to think that you're going to die at 21. And sometimes I know niggas think they're going to die at 18, man. They ain't even going to make it to 18. Some niggas don't believe they're going to make it to 18, but you got to understand, man. Listen, man, it's a long life ahead of you. Yeah, there's a long life ahead of you, man. You got to believe in the Most High and believe in yourself. And trust me, you can make it out. Don't doubt yourself, man. If you doubt, you're going to go without, man. Understand, doubt is a thief and fear is a liar. Doubt want to steal all your dreams. They want to steal all your goals, man. And fear, that motherfucker lie to you every day. Every time it tells you, don't go this way, don't go that way. You ain't brave enough. You ain't smart enough. You ain't cool enough. You ain't fly enough. Nah, that's that fear trying to take everything from you. That's that fear lying to you, whispering in your ear, telling you something that you don't need to be listening to, man. Believe in yourself. Talk to yourself. Understand that it's going to be a struggle on the way. But it's a part of the process, man. You got to keep on moving. Don't forget that you can be, do, and have anything you put your mind to and put your grind to. You got to keep going, but you got to believe in yourself. I know people always say that. Just believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. As cliche as that may sound, that's the secret to success. You got to believe in you when nobody else believe. You dig? Yeah, you got to believe in you because nobody else will believe until you believe. And I know some of y'all have that mindset, I got to see it to believe it. But I want you to take this concept for a second. You got to believe it in order to see it. I got to say that again because I know y'all be listening too slow. You got to believe it in order to see it. Don't ever forget that. You got to believe it in order to see it. And the one thing I learned is this, man. It's better to have money and not need it than to need it and don't have it. So keep your mind on your money and stay focused on your grind. It's yours truly, Liquid Cash. I need it all out the stash, aka Money Making Mitch. This episode is The Streaks Will Never Die. Long live the streaks. And if you like this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Liquid Cash got a podcast, man. I'm always give y'all this juice y'all could use. Don't forget to sign up to my Patreon, sign up to my Instagram, sign up to my TikTok. Instagram is Liquid Cash. TikTok is Liquid Cash Official. And if you ain't on my Patreon, click the link in the description below, man. Y'all know how we do it, man. And if you don't remember nothing from this episode, remember this. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Cheers.
Yeah. It's the Pirates of the Caribbean. Niggas can't fuck with me, man.
That boy.
It's Liquid Cash, I need it all out the stash.
I'ma get rich or I'ma get deported. Riding cross country, my Ford Taurus with two hoes and they both foreign. These trick niggas about to get extorted.